Well, I think my first impression was that initially there were not enough police deployed to deal with the situation effectively, and I've got some sympathy with the police in the sense that they are stretched in terms of their manpower all over the country, given the high number of public gatherings that they have to police, and especially the kinds of incidents that's violent related, unrest related incidents that they have to police more intensely. And this is a daily occurrence nowadays, and the police have to provide members to police all of these situations all the time. So, given what we saw in Sasolburg, especially when the looting started, the number of people participating in the looting and other illegalities in that situation made it very difficult for the few police who arrived on the scene initially to intervene in the way that many people would expect them to do. So by the time reinforcements arrived, I think a lot of the damage was already done. So given accusations about the use of live ammunition, of course that is problematic, and the police officer who spoke just before is absolutely correct that the Independent Police Investigative Directorate will have to investigate this, because the law is very, very clear that in terms of property-related crime, the police would normally not have the legal powers to use deadly force. And but of course there may have been other reasons why deadly force or live ammunition in that instance was used, if indeed that was the case. Well, I'm not certain that this is all the fault of the police and it's all a problem with police strategies. Certainly the police have to, if they have time, they have to properly plan about how to manage certain situations, and they have to be able to deploy suitable numbers of public order police officers to deal with every specific incident. But you must remember that most of these incidents that happen are the result of actions by other government departments, such as local authorities, or even a lack of action, such as service delivery. And whenever the communities in those cases goes public in terms of protest action and so on, those councillors are absent. They are gone, and the only people who are left then to salvage the situation are the police. And I think that is not fair. One should rather ask whether government at all its various levels have strategies in place to deal with these situations, keeping in mind the reasons why they occurred, and not so much look at what the police should be doing. I mean, the police are a reactionary force in this situation. But we need to look at why these things occur in the first instance, and we need to put in place strategies to try and prevent them from happening. Apart from consultation with the communities, whether the authorities involved in this whole demarcation debacle actually consulted with the police on the basis of telling them that they expected that there may be this kind of reaction by the communities, and that they need to plan to deal with this so that the police could properly prepare. I have my understanding is that this was not done, and only once people took to the streets and violence started occurring, were the police then informed or called to come and deal with the situation. So in many ways, and I'm certainly not trying to find excuses for any police action that may not have been legal or justified. I'm just saying that in the end, the police are expected to deal with a situation that are not of their making, and for which they were not properly informed and consulted about.